And welcome to Be a Voice Radio with your host, your girl, Marcella Blunt. I am so excited about today. Today is not just Friday, but today is such an amazing day. I have an amazing guest tonight. But before I introduce my amazing guest, I know you guys are super excited because people have been calling me, texting me about this awesome man, this awesome voice that I have. But you all know I always have to start off everything in prayer because that's what I do. But before I even get started, to every father out here, I would like to wish you a happy Father's Day. Make sure you take it easy. Make sure you be blessed. Don't let anybody stress you. Simplify your life that day. Anything that's about to bring you chaos, you bind it right now, and we all bind it right now in the name of Jesus. The Bible says 2 or more to ask in his name, and it's given. So let's both touch and agree. To all fathers, you also have a blessed weekend. I pray and hope Sunday is amazing. But let me start off in prayer, actually in scripture. And the scripture that I have, Matthew chapter 6, verse 25 through 34. Therefore I tell you, do not be anxious about your life, what you will eat or what you will drink, nor what your body, what you will put on. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothing? Look at the birds in the air. They neither soar nor reap nor gather into barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not more value than they? And which of you, by being anxious, can add a single hour to his span of life? And why are you anxious about clothing? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow, neither toil nor spin. Yet I tell you, even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. That's a scripture that the Holy Spirit gave me to give to you all this evening. I pray and hope you all were blessed with this word. Now, I'm about to get started because I'm so excited. I even went live today on Facebook, so everyone that's my Facebook friend will see my live. I'm super excited about this amazing man, this amazing voice that I'm about to introduce you. This man, he's a sports agent. He owns his own TV show. He has a radio show. He has 15 NBA players, 22 NFL players. This man is an awesome voice for not just his players, but he's an awesome voice, an awesome man of God who gives back to the community. I would like to introduce to you none other than Mr. Stephen Robinson. Are you on with us this evening?
How you doing? How you doing today?
I'm doing awesome. I'm super excited to have you, Mr. Robinson. Let everybody know who you are. Please tell us, before we even get into everything, tell people, who is Mr. Robinson?
Yeah, I'm Steve Robinson. I'm out of Cleveland, Ohio. Have my own sports agency. Have 15 guys in the NFL. I have 22 guys in the NFL. I'm a CEO. I help construction of 2 buildings here. I help the senior citizens, help out in the community, give out Thanksgiving turkeys and Christmas presents and back-to-school packs for kids in the community. And I have a grace of God, and I'm glad to be on the show today.
Well, I'm super excited to have you. Blessings to you. I mean, a sports agent. Let everybody know what made you, besides the love of sports, but what made Mr. Robinson decide to be a sports agent?
Okay, I decided to be a sports agent because I was a high school coach at the beginning. I was in 2 major high schools here, and I was sending them to college, and they were getting into the pros, and they were coming back always and said, Coach, all these sports agent guys are cheating me. He said, that's the kind of business that you need to be into. And so I went ahead and finished up my master's degree, got an MBA, and then I have a master's in sports management, and I started at the beginning there and got the players. First, it was a struggle at the beginning, but then now they come to me. So, I mean, before I was begging them to come to me, and now the grace of God, they're all coming to me now. So, I'm one of the top black sports agents in the country, and also I represent all the black sports agents for all the black meetings and owner meetings. I just got back from my owners meeting about the national anthem, the situation with the players. I think that's one of the discussion topics that we're going to talk about tonight.
Yes, Lord. And we got to get into that. Oh boy. We are definitely going to get into that. And I'm so excited that you decided to be a sports agent and to do what you're doing. Was it tough starting off as a sports agent?
Yeah, it was tough at the beginning. Like I said, I was begging players to be able to represent them. But as soon as I got a couple top players, and they started introducing me to the younger players that were coming up from college. I do also college coaches. I do NBA. I do NFL coaches, and coaches really helped me get the players to come into my sports agency so I could represent them to negotiate their contracts, which is the grace of God.
You are an amazing businessman. Me talking to you and getting to know you and to know a lot about you, you have inspired me on some of the things that I'm doing, just being a voice, and starting off with my business. And I really appreciate you because, a lot of times when you're going into business for yourself, it could be scary starting off,
Yes, it is. It's very scary at first because a lot of people are determined to tell you, hey, you can't do it, you can't do this, it'll never happen for you. It will never happen for you. What you have to do is leave the devil alone and keep on trying to get success, and then sooner or later your success will come. See, God will give you the success when He wants you to have it, not when you want it. Sometimes you have to wait around until God gives you that opportunity, and then when God gives you that opportunity, you have to take full advantage of it.
That's why I love you, Mr. Robinson. See that voice? Your voice is so powerful. And it's so powerful not just for your business, but for your coaches that you have, for your players that you have. And, a lot of times people are so afraid to, really express themselves. And it's good when you have someone like yourself that's able to say, hey, don't be afraid to be yourself, And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that are listening right now, especially people that love sports, I'm just going to throw it out there for people who already know, but I am a Cowboys fan all day, every day, win, lose, or draw. I am loyal. I don't jump on other teams. I don't care about any other teams. I am a Cowboys fan. But saying all of that, I really appreciate what you do and what you're doing for everyone because we need people like yourself. We need people that are not afraid to say, hey, it's okay. If you fall, you can get back up. It's okay.
Yeah, I've had a lot of players that have had different situations that have fallen, and I've been there in their situation to help them and guide them. Get them to get a little bit about the Lord and get a little spirit, pray about it, and turn their situation around. A lot of these guys in the NFL and NBA, they're so young, 19, 20, 21 years of age, and a lot of them don't have an understanding. A lot of them don't have people in their backgrounds that have any college experience or any NFL experience in their lives. So you have to give them like a little beginning and try to give them some encouragement and guide them through the tribulations, times.
Yes. And are there any? And I know, not really putting you on the spot, but are there any players that you really was like, wow, what am I going to do with this player?
Yes, a lot of them come out. They're looking for an opportunity to try to get in the NFL. We train them, get them through the combine, make them successful, so there'll be an opportunity to be a great choice and pick for these NBA and NFL teams. the more they do at the training camps and more they impress the other owners and coaches, then that's the better chance for them to get a pick early in the pick. So that's how they begin their first and second round pick and third round pick and stuff. Like I said, I want to say another thing is, even if you're from a small college, don't never give up, because it's still an opportunity for you to still get an opportunity to play in the NFL or NBA.
Oh, okay.
A lot of times you just have to pray and see where it's gonna fall in, But never give up, Keep praying and keep yourself fit and healthy, and then when the opportunity calls, that's when you have to do your best and do your all,
Right.
To impress these coaches and stuff, to get drafted and get on good, good and decent teams, So, yeah, it's been a lot of tribulations. A lot of players been in trouble, different incidents. I've had to help them clean up their credit. I've had to help them, get their own places and stuff like that until they get their little signing bonus to be able to fix up all their credits and get their opportunity to get a new house and get their new cars and stuff like that. And also I try to tell them, get your little Bible, read that sometime, and thank the Lord for the opportunities that you possessed, because a lot of people don't get those opportunities. A lot of people complain, they make that so much money, but you just don't understand. A lot of them, they don't have no finance. I have a finance company that helps them, distribute their money down the way so they'll have it for a lifetime, not just blow it all at once. Sometimes it takes a player 2 to 3 years to really get organized with their finances, because a lot of guys get their signing bonuses and get their contracts and forget to pay their taxes. And then when the taxes come along, they want to try to, take everything they got, But anyway, like I said, I try to pray with them so they'll have their money for a lifetime situation.
That is awesome.
I also talked to the rookies during the rookie camp. I talked to the players, explaining to them about the type of crowd that they're supposed to be around and the level of crowds they're supposed to be along, different trouble not to try to get into in different situations. So I try to inform them of what's going on and different people that they should be on their entourage. That's what I call it. The little entourage, because a lot of those guys just hang on and just drain their money out of them, And I try to try to pick a lady of God or somebody that they can trust down the road that knew them a long time ago. So when they do get married or whatever, it's a long-lasting marriage, in God. So, because a lot of these guys, there's so many women out there that are targeting him. So, and they're young and they don't know. So I try to get that experience to, try to pick the right woman, and everything. I'm discouraged that sometimes, so I let them get their own opportunities, but I try to advise them and help them down the road.
That's amazing. That's what I told you. Mr. Robinson, you are the man. Do you hear me? When I tell you you are the man, you are the man. Not just because you have my Ezekiel Elliott, but because you are the man, period. Let me share with some people, if you don't mind. I know you said you have 15 NBA players. Can you name a few of them?
I have John Wall from Washington. I have Thompson from the Cavaliers. It just goes on. The list goes on and on. I just get on and on. So.
What about some NFL players?
I have Elliott. I have two of the new players from the Cleveland Browns here. I have I just talked to one yesterday, Jones, wide receiver from Atlanta, Julio Jones. He's out of Atlanta. He's going through a little difficulty thing now. We're praying to give him a new contract and negotiate with the Atlanta Falcons so he can continue to play there. And I have all them kind of players. It just goes. The list goes on and on.
Yes, so that's amazing. I know a lot of people, because so many people have different teams, whether it's NFL or NBA teams. So I know you told me you don't really have a team because you kind of represent a little bit of everybody.
Yeah, I try to represent them all. I mean, I can't be, I can't pick one team because they're just all over the place. And then I have my own son. He played for the Eagles last year. Patrick Robinson. My son. He played for the Eagles. Made a Super Bowl opportunity. Just got traded free agency to the Saints. So he'll be down in New Orleans. So all those people down in New Orleans, look out for my son. He'll be starting this year. Great opportunity.
Yay.
He caught the interception for the Eagles to get into the Super Bowl last year. So against the Minnesota Vikings. So now he's really getting his opportunity. He finally got his big contract, but it was a struggle for him. He got on their free agency, went through the practice squad, then he was on kickoff, kick returns, and then he finally got an opportunity to play. One of the guys got hurt, and he played the rest of the season out and did a really nice job. Led the team in interceptions and tackles and stuff. So now when the guy got healthy back, they wanted to bring the other guy back, so they made the decision, my son or him. So they got an opportunity to get another draft choice out of my son to go to New Orleans now. So my son is going to New Orleans and going to start there and get an opportunity to play there and be a regular. So and be able to carry his contract for him. He still hasn't paid me my fee yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I guess it's free. Family.
Yes. That's so awesome. You are a mess. You know what? He should have went with Cowboys. That's who he should have been with. But we'll talk about I'm serious. We'll talk about that later.
I wish he had that opportunity at Cowboys, but what happens is God doesn't let you know what way He's going to put you in. So when God gives you that opportunity, you got to take it. So, but it's just the opportunity to be in the league. That's a great opportunity.
Yes.
It's amazing.
That's amazing.
A lot of people don't get that opportunity. So like I said, when it comes about, you have to take advantage of the situation. God will steer you in the right direction. Then when He gives you that opportunity, give you the call, then you got to perform. That's why I'm telling these people out here today, keep in prayer, keep your Bible open, always be ready because you never want to know when you're going to get the call for a job, a team opportunity, or anywhere. So when God gives you that call, you have to be ready, You just can't.
Right.
Don't be not ready for the call. Be always ready for the call.
Always. You're absolutely right. So tell us a little bit about your radio show.
Yeah, I do the radio show. We do SM radio. I do a show here in Cleveland. It's 98.5. But I do the show 1 to 4 every day. It's a call-in talk show. When I first started the radio station there, they only had like 4 or 5 advertisements, and now today they have like close to 30 advertisement people there. So I really brought the radio station up from nobody to somebody. So now it's a top-rated show, call in. So I'm there 1 to 4 every day. 98.4 is on SM radio and as well as in Cleveland. So, and also I do get some opportunities, Channel 19 in Cleveland. I'm on there sometimes for the sports programs and stuff when they had the playoffs here for the Cavs and stuff and LeBron and all that. I got an opportunity to speak to those players and stuff and meet them and anything personally on their personal level as well as on their job level. So it's a great opportunity. A lot of these, I get a chance to meet the players, their parents, their families and stuff, and all the tribulations that they're going through. And so, like I said, I'm there for them and being supportive for them. And it's a great opportunity that I can provide for them.
That is awesome. And I know you told me also that around Thanksgiving you give out, you give back to the community, turkeys you feed families. Yes.
Yes, I give a meal, and it was 2 days before Thanksgiving, and I gave them a turkey so they could have a turkey at home. I gave out 3,000 turkeys, and I fed 5,000 people last year. So
Jesus.
Yes,
That's
it was a
all
golden
right.
opportunity. It was a blessing. I was able to get sponsorship, a few of the grocery stores here, and some of the job opportunities. Some of the homeless people really helped me with the serving of the food. And then I had all the players, Cleveland Browns, Cavalier players, come out and serve the people that get a opportunity to eat. So they had a decent plate, turkey, dressing, you name it, it was on there. Macaroni and cheese, and they had a golden opportunity and a golden opportunity to eat. Plus, they also received a turkey. So they got a 20-pound turkey, 20 to 25-pound turkey. So I'm able to do that every year. And also, I do a Christmas and I do a back-to-school backpack. Make sure the kids get a backpack and they have binder in their binders, pencils, whatever they need, pencil, pens, paper, stuff that they need going back to school that don't have an opportunity to have supplies to go back to school. So I had to do a little program with that. It's called Back to School. We have a big school bus, and we have people donate and throw it up in the bus. Last time I had to get, first year I got started the program, it was only one bus. This year it was 3 buses. So every year it gets an increase. It's just the grace of God. So
Yes,
grace
that's
of God
amazing.
to give out to the community, and help the community. Yep.
And it's always important to give back, especially when you are a leader like yourself and, leading coaches, leading players, and you have all these people that look up to you. It's good to give back to the community to let people know, hey, thank you. We love you for your support.
I will say this. I'm going to say this to anyone. Anytime you give to the Lord will give back to you. Every time I do something nice, the Lord just appreciates me, You might not see it money-wise. You might not see it, it may not hit you. Sometimes it hits you financially. Sometimes it just comes from any angle. Lord will bless you. That's what I say. So if you give, the Lord will bless you back. A lot of times people have to go down to the last penny. It's a verse. I don't know what verse it is, but anyway, it was the verse where he gave them this last food they had, and then when he said, look, if you give me the food that you give me your last meal, I'll make sure you have food for the rest of your life. And so what happened is when they do that, the opportunity they were able to eat for the rest of their life. So if you give your tithes and offerings, I give my tithes and offerings, and you just get it back. You just get it back. God brings it back to you. I don't know how he does it, but it just happens. The Lord blesses you, So anytime you give, it doesn't matter what, level or profession you are at, as long as if you give, it will come back. The Lord will bring it back to you. So I just made that announcement.
Yeah, no, that's awesome because God is God alone. He don't need no help. He is amazing, and you are absolutely right. Anytime you give, it will come back. God knows our heart. A lot of people try to do stuff and show. No, he knows your heart. You don't have to try to impress nobody. You're doing it to glorify him and him alone.
Yeah.
It don't matter anybody. We never know when we're entertaining an angel. That's why I tell people, be careful how you treat people. You know?
That's the same thing I carry with myself is that the fact that I try to respect everybody, give everybody respect. I don't treat nobody better than I am. I don't go around thinking that I'm better than anybody else. I think just say on the same level, just a regular guy, just trying to help out, So I don't try to disrespect anybody. I have my loyalty to people, but I let just say, when you go around disrespecting and everything, God does not give you that forgiveness. So, I said, just go out there and be nice to everybody. My mom always told me, what goes around comes around. So, and I always try to help where I can help at. If I have the opportunity to help out, I try to help out because I know God will reward me down the road.
Yes, well, you belong to him. So, and you're doing great things. Like I talked about earlier, when you are in a leadership role, we're held accountable for the way we treat others and the things that we
Mhm.
do. You're
Mhm.
standing in that gap. So when you stand in that gap, you
Mhm.
have to let people know, hey, this is who I am, and you have to, treat
Mhm.
people with respect,
Mhm.
love one another. The Bible says, "Love thy neighbor as
Mhm.
thyself." So we have to
And
embrace each other. You
I
know,
will also say this too is the fact that if you're a leader, you got to show people that you're a leader. You don't have to tell people that you're a leader to show by example.
exactly.
And that's what Jesus Christ, did. He showed people that he could help people by showing people, not by using their mouth or anything like that. I'm more of a listener. When I listen to people talk, they're like they don't know who I am or whatever, and they talk. I listen to them, and then I evaluate what you're talking about, and then I come about and express myself. It's always good to be a listener first, and then listen what they have to say, and then make an evaluation.
Right, right. Well, saying all of that, and you absolutely right. Sometimes you don't have to talk to be a voice. And the
Right.
show is
Show people, yes.
yes, this show is about be a voice, and you know, I know that I'm a voice. I like to be that voice for people who are afraid to speak. And I know we talked about earlier with the kneeling of the flag. I want to get into
Mhm.
that because,
Mhm. See, a
to
lot of people
me,
think that. Mhm. Excuse me, I'm sorry. A lot of people think
no, you're
about the
fine.
players kneeling is a bad thing. They're not doing it to discriminate the military or those kind of people. They are very proud. Some of those guys that kneel, their families are members of the military. They're
Right.
just showing that things should be done here. To help the violence and stuff and the corruption that's going on. It's not because they're kneeling because they're trying to kneel because of the flag. See, a lot of people get a wrong perception of that. A lot of people, these owners and head of the leagues and the president, he thinks that they're doing it to disgrace the military and stuff like that, but that's not true. The truth is the players are kneeling because they need the police in their area to do something. They need their community to do something about it. That's the reason
Mhm.
they're kneeling. They're not leading to disrupt, you know, our community or disrupt our players and stuff like that. So a lot of people get the wrong conception about the players kneeling. They're just kneeling because they're trying to fight for situations that happen out in the streets and all this violence is going around and all this stupidity by the police out there and the wrongdoings that they're doing. So that's why they're
Exactly.
kneeling. They're not kneeling to just, like I said, disrupt the military. A lot of people think, oh, they're kneeling because it's a disgrace to the military, it's a disgrace to this and that. It's not really, that's not the really issue that the players are kneeling for. And like I said, people in the public eye, they get the wrong conception about it. And I know I was at the meeting and when they discussed that the players they either they can't kneel this year, or else they'll be subject fined by the league, by the team. If they're going to kneel, they should kneel in the locker room, not out on the field this year. So anybody that kneels during the time on the field this year in the NFL will be fined by the team and then fined by the league. Yeah, the league has asked the players if they're going to do something like that, they should just stay in the locker room and not come out. So that's the new policy for the NFL this year. I don't. So a lot of players disagree with that, but that's the ruling that the president of the NFL made. So that's what the ruling is this year. But I know also the quarterback from the 49ers, he was the first person to start the
Yeah.
kneeling. Like I said, when he started the kneeling, they were thinking, oh, it's a disruption because of the country and all that. He's doing it because of the military. No, he was just trying to do for humanity and what is right and what's wrong out there. And
Right.
like I said, a lot of people took that in the wrong conception. And he was like players in the past, like Block, his name Lou Block. He was a player, a baseball player that started free agency for baseball, and like I said, the quarterback from the 49ers, he started it, and the owners like banned him from the league. Yeah, I'm surprised no team. He's better than some of the quarterbacks that's been in the league that is playing now, but they're not giving him that opportunity because they don't want that disruption to their teams. The owners do. They don't want that disruption. He's already said that he wouldn't do that anymore if he would get on another team. And he was explaining to the owners and stuff that he was kneeling because it was what's going on now and what's going on in our streets and our nonviolence in the streets. But like I said, everybody got the wrong conception. And so, like, he has not been picked up by another team.
And
it's a sad situation. Yes, a sad situation. But, he was just fighting out there for what he thought was right, But like I said, God, he might not get back in the league, but God will bless him in other ways. So.
Yes, he will. Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he will. And, I honestly feel like his voice was powerful. He didn't say not one word. All he did was kneel.
Mm-hmm.
That's
like I told you, like I told you, it's not the people what you run your mouth about what I did and what all that. People out there, you out there telling people what you do and everything. I don't even tell people what I do. I just show by an example. So that's the way that I go about. I just show by an example. They be like, oh, well, he's showing by an example. Then, people know that you're real. If you're out there blabbering your mouth, telling you I can do this, I can do that, those are the people right there. You'd be like, shh, But if you show people what you can do, then people are like, wow, he can do that. You know what I'm saying? So I always show by an example. Like I said, I'm no good or no better than anybody else. But I just try to, show my opportunity to people. And like I said, God gives me those blessings.
Yes. Well, I look at it like this. I look at him kneeling. It was powerful.
It was very powerful, very powerful.
It made his voice powerful without saying a word, and people got scared. People got scared because there was something different.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
But also, there's been a couple players that have been harassed by the police. We had like two incidents. We had one guy from the Seattle Seahawks. I don't recognize his name right now, but anyway, he got a beat down, and also a guy just recently, a couple weeks ago, from the Atlanta Falcons. This guy, he got beat down by the police, and also another guy from the Milwaukee Bucks. He went in, got a prescription. The team had got him. He had a sinus problem. He had parked there outside, and he came out, and the police harassed him, took him down to the ground. Now the Milwaukee police is making a full apology to him. So it's going to be a court case, and those people are on administrative leave right now. So
see, that's what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. And they think that it's okay. It is not okay. And nobody has the right to just go up and just keep messing with people and think they could just keep getting away with it. And our president is not doing anything about it at all, worried about all the unnecessariness. I'm sorry, but I just dislike our president.
The reason our president is like that because all the people that have the wrong conception is the people that are putting these guys through office all the time. So they're not going to say anything about the gun people or Aryan and all people like that because those are the people that are big contributors to their campaigns. So they're going to be with those people automatically. You never hear Trump talk about the gun control or anything like that. He's like, because he knows those people are his sponsors, and those are the people that back those people to get into office. So you always have to look at the people who's getting backed and who are backing them, and who's their followers. So in these public positions at all times.
Now let's talk about the players going to the White House.
Okay. Yeah, just last week my son's team was declined to go to the White House, and they went to one of the Smithsonian places and had a meal there, and then had the community, help with the community, talk to the kids in the community and stuff like that. Most of the major teams have declined to go to the White House, just because of just the attitude and what's going on in the White House, and a lot of disagreements that have been going on in the White House. And like I said, these teams, have been protesting against him not to come to the White House. But they still come to Washington. They still go to a community, or as they go to the Smithsonian or somewhere, and still try to reach out to the community and stuff like that. Yeah, I know the Warriors. They declined to go to the White House too.
Great. And so
yeah,
Trump.
My sons, like I said, my sons, they refused to go to the White House. Like I said, they went to the Smithsonian and helped out in the community and stuff like that. Because they only had 6 players that really wanted to go to the White House. So it was kind of a majority situation where they decided to go somewhere else and still help out in the community and try to get that blessing out to the community. So.
Yeah,
a lot of players they can't understand what's going on in the White House, and like I said, that's just a controversial situation that's going on. But a lot of players just have a disagreement about going, So, and then what happens is when the major players step out and say they're not going, then that's when it's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
When the LeBron James and the Currys and stuff, they jump out there and say, look, we're not going to go. So.
Oh, yeah.
The biggest thing with these NFL teams and these other teams is, teams, when these big players step up and do this, an opportunity, then there's followers, It's just when the little guys try to make a little jump at it, it has to be a full opportunity. Like I was going to tell you, people, when you guys are going to work together, you must work together all at once, not just a few people here, a few people there. It's got to be a whole demanding situation, like Martin Luther King have everybody on the same page.
Yes. Awesome. Well, I support them either way, whether they have went or didn't go. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people still would have supported them either way, but, they have the right to say no, and I could tell that Trump was a little upset about it, by the way he did his speech and not really, mention too much about it. But I'm kind of glad they didn't go because I know he is the president of the United States, but as a commander-in-chief, I'm just not happy having him as our president.
Yeah, a lot of people are not happy with what's going on in different situations and stuff. Yeah. But like I said, God knows what direction He's going to take him in, and like I said, if it doesn't happen now, it happens down the lane. What goes around comes around. So it might not happen to him now. God will take care of him down the road. So.
Yeah,
so that's
you're right about that.
You're
right about that. Well, also, I know, you being a sports agent, what about coaches out here who are searching to, be a coach, or how would they go about saying, you know what, this is something that I love. I love to, inspire these young men. They're listening to you right now. How would they go about saying, you know what, how can I get with you to help you out, or to do this, to do that?
Yeah, you can go to my website. I have a website. It's Coach Rob at 511@yahoo.com. That's my email address. You can email at any time. My telephone number is 440-731-6066. So if you're looking for that opportunity. But also, I'm going to tell you how I started. Like I said, I started from coaching in the high school level. Went ahead and got my master's. And now, sports agent years ago was grandfathered in. You didn't have now. A sports agent now has to have a full-time degree just to be a sports agent. So a lot of guys yes, they've changed the rules. See, when I first came up as a sports agent, you had to get recommendations from 3 other players, and stuff like that to get in. Now, like I said, that was grandfathered in. But like I said, I had already had my degree from teaching, education. But now, sports agent, to be a sports agent, you have to be educated. Now, you have to have some type of degree to be a sports agent, and then follow through with the other process of being a sports agent is recommendation, you have to take a full course class, and you have to pass a test now to be a sports agent to be certified. So if you're interested in being coaches, like I said, Pee Wee, all those kind of things. I won't say the more opportunities, more clinics you go to, more stuff you can go to the library, look at all the coaching situations and stuff like that. The better off it is. I mean, like I said, a lot of people that coach don't have a degree or anything like that, but you can still coach and be out there and give prayer to the kids. And like I said, God will. You might not be getting paid for it, but like I said, God will reward you down the road because you took time out for these kids in the community, keeping them off the street, keeping them being from any trouble. So to be a coach, like I said, the biggest thing about being a coach is if you want to be out there, be a coach, be a good coach, and like I said, and go to as many clinics that you can, and there's certain people so you can extend yourself. Like I said, if you go to the Pee Wee level, you want to go to the high school level, but like I said, to be a full-time coach, college or anything like that, it takes a degree now. Take a degree, and to go to college to coach on the college level, you have to have a degree and a master's degree just to be a coach at the college level. So, yeah, because a lot of times they hire you as a coach, but they want you to teach a class at the college. So they want you to have some type of degree. So when you get hired as a coach, most of those coaches are coaches during the afternoon time, but during the daytime they have a class that they have to teach. So at the universities. So like I said, at the college and the pro level, most of those guys have degrees. But like I said, the Pee Wee level and those kind of levels, like I said, take as many opportunity classes you can. Go to so many clinics that you can learn about the game and learn what's right and what's wrong about coaching. CYO and all that. I've coached CYO. I coached college. I coached, just a variety of all of it. So yeah, that's the starting point on getting started.
But
like
awesome.
I said, I would like to say that I like to see more black males and more females get involved in coaching these kids out in the community. Just step up. Times have changed. Women are getting more opportunity to do things now. So I know they have an assistant coach now with the San Antonio Spurs. She just got promoted for a job, a college position. She'll be the first women's coach to coach a college team this year. So I wish her success. Yep. So women are stepping up being coaches. So I'm just saying, all you ladies out there, it's the opportunity for you to start coaching too. So not as well as the men too, But you just have to be sharp on the game. Like I said, if you go all the clinics you can go to, and everything, and all the seminars that you can get, the more the knowledge that you can bring in, the more opportunity you can give to the kids out there coaching.
Well, I could definitely say that is not my calling.
I know that's right, but I'm just saying, for those women who feel that they can't coach, get out there
there's a lot of them.
Coach. I'm just telling you, ladies, get out there and coach. There's opportunities, Like I said, the more experience you have, the more opportunities you get. And you men, too, also make sure that you jump out there and, try to take the most as you can, advantage you can. Like I said, when God gives you that calling, take a full advantage of it because he'll reward you down the road. So.
That is true. And a lot of people don't be afraid to just jump out there, because you just never know. A lot of people are afraid to make that change. Sometimes you have to get out of that zone where you are in. And sometimes, even if it takes moving, last week when I had Casey Fox on, she told me where she lived that she left, and she just went out there and, and look at her now. Oh my gosh, she's amazing. She does so much.
Right.
Yeah,
a lot of times we get complacent in the situation that we are in, but like I was trying to tell people, they always need to better themselves to give themselves a better opportunity to advance. The better
Right.
the opportunity, the chance of the advance, the more experience you make and more money that you can consume. So don't just look at, keeping that one stable situation at all times. Step out there and jump out there and get some opportunity for yourself. So, and like I said, always take prayer in what you're doing.
Is there anything else that you ever thought about doing that you just never got the opportunity to do?
I wanted to at one time be an NFL or NBA coach. I had thought about that, but being a sports agent, you would never be able to do that. I would either have to drop my sports agency and start over and just be a regular coach, try to jump into the league. I had always thought about being a coach, an NBA coach or NFL coach, being on the sideline and everything else. But as being a sports agent, I mean, that's as close as you can get. Like I said, you have reference with the players. You meet them opportunity. A lot of people say, wow, well, why is he's not giving that performance like he is? A lot of these guys are going through different trauma situations. Stuff is happening at their house. Something's happening with their wives. They're getting a divorce or whatever. A lot of these players have a lot of weight on their shoulders, and they carry it over to their play. And then when they try to play it, like, oh, he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing, So they, like I said, they have so much going on in the background. A lot of these people just take it back. Oh, he's not doing what he's supposed to. He's not playing the way he is. But a lot of these players, they have a lot of baggage, and they're going through a lot of situations that has caused them to, therefore, their performance to drop.
Mm-hmm.
Not only on the field and off the field. So a lot of people see, when you get that kind of perspective and you know them, what's going on in their life, and that situation, it's a whole different new situation when you take a look at the player. You be like, most people say, oh, look how much did he make? You look how as much as he make, he should be out there playing like that, but you don't know if he's hurt or stuff like this. Just like the playoffs this year. Just shows you a perfect example of the NBA. Here it is, LeBron James, first game, gets upset about the first game, smashes his hand into the blackboard, breaks his hand, and he still plays the next 4 games. Now, if the NBA would have made an announcement saying LeBron had broke his hand, and, the ratings would have went down and everything else, he just played all the way through, and then when he at the last game, they got swept, but he said, look, I broke my hand. It was the wrong decision of what I was supposed to be doing. I got upset. Something that I shouldn't have done, but I did. But at that time, it was so quiet that they had rushed him to the hospital and everything. First, they thought he had a fracture, and then he re-injured into it in another game, and his hand was broke. But he played all 4 games with a broken hand. Still played.
You was at that game too, wasn't you?
Yes, I was at those games. I was at 2 or 3 out of the games. Yep, he had broke his hand, and he still played. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people, even hurt or whatever situation, still try to follow through with your opportunity because, God will reward you down the line. Just because he didn't win the championship this year doesn't mean he doesn't go in somewhere else and win another championship. But like I said,
I wish he had stayed with. Yeah, but I wish he would have stayed with Miami.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a lot of situation with him. Long situation with that. So he wanted to come home. His wife wanted him to come home. He had 2 kids, and he had to support the kids, and his wife wanted him home. So he came back to Cleveland. He won a championship here. So
yeah,
he wanted to win a championship. He wanted to win a championship here in his hometown. His hometown is Akron. That's 20 miles away from Cleveland, but still, he wanted to win a championship. The biggest problem with LeBron is this year with the Cavaliers was he just didn't have the help. He was like the main man. It was like 5-on-1. When you play Golden State, a team like that, they got 5 guys out there that are all-stars, you know what I'm saying? See, I just disagree with the league when they let Durant go over and play with Golden State, I just think Durant took the winning edge and just went on a team that was already a winning team, you know what I'm saying? Instead of him staying at the team he was and just built that team up and, won a championship through them, because they had only lost one game to the Golden State from overthrowing Golden State to get into the league. So, but anyway, they have 5 superstars, and I just think it's kind of sad because it's just one superstar team, and then it's just all the other teams. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And these other teams don't have 5 superstars. These teams here, they have what we call a salary cap situation, so they can only play an all-star at a full capacity, and then the other players, they can't get the salaries like these big players can. So they have to keep under the salary cap to maintain these teams. So the league sets the salary cap, and then they hire the players under that salary cap. But like I say, Golden State, they have 5 superstars. Other teams don't have 5 superstars to try to compete against Golden State. And Golden State will continue to win for years now, without these other teams getting an opportunity to get a chance to win a title. So a lot of people say, oh, it's going to be boring now because it's only one team that can beat all the other teams. They can't compete with Golden State. So, but that was a league decision, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, other teams have to build up through their draft choices and stuff like that to try to compete against Golden State. Well, like I said, God will reward some. It'll be some team. Like I said, Houston almost beat Golden State this year. If it hadn't been for Chris Paul getting injured, they would have won that series. They were up 3 games to 2.
Yep.
So, like I said, God will probably have them overthrown somehow.
Do you have any players on the Cavaliers?
I have a couple players on the Cavaliers. Yeah, the Cavs, they have a decent team and everything. I'm hoping LeBron will stay, but, they have to bring another free agent in to the Cavaliers to be competitive against Golden State. Like I said, it's like 5-on-1. It's LeBron against the other 4. They have 4 great players. They have Curry, Durant.
Yeah.
They have Green. They have Thompson. This year, Thompson, his contract runs out, so I don't know if they're going to be able to pay Thompson. I think salary cap will hurt Golden State down the road, and that will be the change of the concept of players on that team because all of them want to get paid, So, God, like I said, God will make a change for their team down the road. It might not happen now, but it will happen down the road. Yeah, but like I said, the Cavaliers, they have decent players, but they need another superstar to get there. They need either Paul George is available, and Kawhi Leonard is available. He's a free agent. So if they could pull one of those players over to the Cavaliers, it'd be at least 2-on-5.
Yeah, that is true. Well, that's if he stays, though, right?
Yeah, that's if he stays. Well, he has until June 29th to make a decision. So
that's my daughter's birthday.
Cavaliers, yeah, I know. June 29th is he can make a decision. He's already opted out his contract with the Cavaliers, but he can get the max from the Cavaliers, $245 million. That's what he can get. That's the max. He won't get that from any other team that can afford him. But like I said, if they can add another free agent, and they have the 8th pick in the draft this year, they can be competitive with Golden State. But like I said, other teams, they have come through the draft. Like next year, Boston, they're going to be low. They had a young team this year, took the Cavaliers all the way to the last game this year. And they didn't. So both of their superstars were hurt. Yeah. So, like I said, superstars and rookies, these new rookies coming out to the league, they're much blessed. They're blessed. A lot of them, they can run the court. They can run the court, and then they can take their punishment all year round. Yeah, Tatum, for an example, he's one of my clients there from Boston. He's doing a great job. Rookie came in as a rookie, started and got to time in the playoffs. He was averaging almost close to 20 points a game and 10 rebounds. So anything
That's
can
good.
happen. Mhm.
Yeah, that's real good.
Mhm. And then like this year, I mean, two of their players got hurt. Haywood got hurt, and former player in the Cavaliers, the player on Boston, he got hurt. He got a knee operation. Shoot, they might not even need those two players to continue. So they'll be
Wow.
explosive. They'll be explosive pretty soon. Boston will.
Well, we'll be
But
playing
to
for,
hear
and I hate to see them get hurt.
the on rumors, but a lot of
Mhm.
people thinking LeBron might go to Houston. A lot of people think he might go to San Antonio. Some people, I just heard the other day, a lot of people think he might go to Washington, play with John Wall and those players there, and Beal. Well, that was another, subject that might happen. But I'm just hoping that I'm here in Cleveland. He's a multimillionaire. His goal is he wants to be an owner of a team. So he has a franchise. He has a 600 pizza franchise that LeBron owns, and Warren Buffett's right behind him there too. Warren Buffett and LeBron James are very good friends. So, and they're financial planners as well. So, yeah, he'll be able to own his own team at some point in time. I mean, I know he's in the footsteps of Jordan, but they're in different eras. Jordan had his era, now LeBron has his era, and then, like I said, Jordan owns a team. He's the only black owner in the NBA, and LeBron wants to succeed that too, and be a black owner too. So, God God has blessed those two players to give the opportunity to make that happen.
Yeah, so that's a blessing.
In the NFL, they had one black owner at one time. Now they all have no black owners. So.
Well, we're getting close to time. We're getting close to time that we have to, go ahead and shut it down. The Be a Voice show for tonight. I really appreciate you coming on, Mr. Robinson. You are very inspiring. We appreciate you here on Be a Voice. I appreciate you coming on, being that voice, being that leader for the coaches and your players, and out in the community as well. And I know you told everybody how to reach you. Are there any closing remarks before we sign off?
Yes, I just want to tell everybody, no matter what level you are on, just try to take that opportunity, take the full opportunity, and put Lord in your prayers, and say your prayers at night, and see if God will give you an opportunity. Like I said, you always have to be ready for the call. So be ready for the call. So when you have that opportunity to get that call, you'll be ready to go. So regardless if it's a job situation, team situation, as long as you take advantage of that situation when you get the call and be ready to go. That's my main goal. And then my other goal is, I always tell you, what goes around comes around. So whatever you do nicely, it'll refund you down the road. It might not happen overnight, but it will happen.
That's right. That's right. And thank you so much again, Mr. Robinson.
No problem. Anytime you want me to come on again, just give me a call and let me know.
I sure will. And thank you for being the voice. You have a blessed weekend, and happy Father's Day to you, okay?
Yes, I would like to also say a happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and continue to be a black role model for these kids. These kids need someone to be a black role model and step up to the plate and be a good role model for you fathers out there. And happy Father's Day.
Thank you. And thank you guys so much for tuning in to Be a Voice. I'm your girl, your host, Marcella Blunt. Until next Friday, be blessed.